You know the main difference between someone who gets their money up and someone who just gets their funny up is the way they invest. And when I'm talking about investing, it's just not money. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's energy and attention. Well, I'm gonna go through the top ways you should be investing all of these things in 2025 to really stay on top. All right, you ready? First is financial management. And by that I mean staying on top of what you're spending, know what you're spending, when you're spending it, and why you're spending it. Sometimes financial management and lack of it can be the number one killer of businesses today. Watch your subscriptions. Watch who you're hiring. If you don't need that virtual assistant this month, cut them. Always keep an eye on what you're spending and what your financial management goals are, and never let up. Keep an eye on it every day. The money you have is the best money you can get. All right? That's number one. Keep that in your head, and let's go on to number two. Number two, they always say, if you don't want to lose the money, you gotta use the money. Invest wisely. And even though I told you to keep an eye on it, that doesn't mean just hold on to it like Scrooge McDuck. That means invest wisely. So me personally, I'm a big fan of tech. So anytime I've seen big growth or boon in the scale of my business, it's usually been in response to my investments in technology. So before, I remember investing in certain software that increased the scale of my business. 2 years ago, I remember investing in a SEO company. That was one of the first acquisitions our portfolio made, was the acquisition of an SEO company, which changed the game of all of our properties. Now, we're acquiring an AI company, which in 2025 is radically changing the face of how we do business. So I always double down in technology, both software and hardware, and that has been one of the biggest boons and places that I've seen the biggest return of our investments, is specifically in technology and how it's impacting our operations. So keep that in mind. So in thinking about what you're doing, how does technology enable you guys to do much more faster and easier? And then once you identify those areas, put the money up. All right? Number three. So now that you've identified keeping an eye on the money, now that you've identified how to use the money, I'm going to tell you how to track the money. And there's 3 C's to it. You ready? These are the 3 C's. Clarity, consistency, and cost-benefit analysis. So first, meaning clarity, like I said before, we're a very tech-focused company, tech-focused portfolio. So we have clarity around where we invest and why we do it. Consistency means if you're not doing it consistently, you're going to miss the shift in the market that is going to take your company to the next level. And although you may not feel like investing quarter after quarter in the same category, you might say, oh man, it's slow, or oh man, let's pull back. That's the very time in which the market's going to change, and if you're not in it, you're not going to win it. So consistently investing in that area of your business that you've identified to be important. And then cost benefit analysis. So you always have to pivot. Market conditions always change. So you always have to be looking at what it's costing you, what is the immediate tangible yield, therefore the benefit, and measure that against all the other opportunities you have for your capital. You got to be doing it monthly. You can't even wait quarterly. The rate at which things change, you have to be looking every 30 days at how you're allocating your capital and be ready to pivot. So those are the 3 things. Make sure that you're identifying how you're allocating capital. Make sure you're allocating capital consistently, and then make sure you're consistently analyzing where that capital is going and the impact that it's having on your business. All right? I think that's enough for today. All right, I hope you got something good out of it. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, you know what? Like, subscribe, share, and stay on your GRZY. All right? Later. Peace.